Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm going to be reviewing the 2020 film Underwater. I didn't see this movie initially because I'm not a big fan of Kristen Stewart. But the thing is, I decided to say, you know what, fuck it, put aside the bias and just review it. And for the most part, I'm kind of glad I did, because that way I can give you guys content, and also I was curious. Because I heard that Cthulhu shows up in this movie. They disappointed, and they didn't disappoint. This movie is directed by, I don't know, what's his name? Eubank something? Movie. Yeah. Budget 50 to 80 million, not bad. Who was the director? Anyway. William Eubank. I thought it was Christopher Eubank. Whoops. But anyway, this movie is a 6.5 out of 10. It just scrapes by the skin of its teeth over a pass. You get the pass, but by the skin of your teeth. The CGI could have been touched up a lot better. The only reason why they kept this movie as dark as they did was to cover up the bad CGI. The acting could have been done better. I mean, Kristen Stewart actually does a decent job in this film. The other actors and actresses, I can't remember their names, except for TJ Miller. I know him because he is a freaking hilarious ass and does great jobs. But yeah, his character was interesting. This movie, I think, actually takes place in the future, which is pretty cool. In like 2051 or something like that. Maybe 2151, who knows. But the Tian organization is all covering it all up. The survivors tell a story, or are denied access to the media. And they're going to resume drilling after Cthulhu frickin' wrecks the damn place. And then Kristen Stewart, of course, melts down the cores and blows it to hell. It's like, you can't kill Cthulhu. That's kind of weird. But you know what? It is what it is. However, because the director actually did say, yes, that is basically Cthulhu. And I'm like, if Cthulhu was awake, you don't really know your Lovecraftian lore, because if Cthulhu was fully awake on Earth, people would go insane. People would basically be, no joke, violence, fucking, and all sorts of other stuff, literally until they die. He creates dark impulses and insanity. That is what Cthulhu does if he is awake, because his mind literally gives off such psychic emanations that it causes humanity to go insane. It's basically the gist of what Cthulhu does. But in this movie, there's none of that. It's just people are underwater. At first, when she's talking about or narrating, you can't tell whether or not you're dreaming or awake at times, and it's like, okay, so I'm guessing this whole thing, or it starts off pretty active. This is a very active movie. It starts off soft a little bit, but then it just, boom, everything just starts going to hell within the first 5 minutes of the movie. So the pacing, honestly, wasn't a problem in this movie. It really wasn't. It's just that this movie was too damn dark. You get to see Cthulhu here and there, but you don't get to see him clearly. And that's what I wish they could have done. I wanted to see this thing clearly because, well, I do like Lovecraftian monsters, you know? But from an objective standpoint, this movie just scrapes over a pass, but only because the story was compelling, the writing was good, but And the score even was it chilled you to the bone in some areas. It kept me engaged. So from a subjective, I will give it a 7 to 7.5. My gripes are that it was too freaking dark. And the CGI could have been a little bit better. I mean, this is 2020 after all. And 2019 and whatnot when they made the movie. But still, it's like a $50 to $80 million budget. If you guys would have bumped that sucker up to at least 100 to 120, you probably would have came up with some better graphics. But for the most part, this is a solid film. So yeah, 7.5. I'll give it. As for moviegoer, I will actually give it a 9 out of 10. This movie kept me engaged. I only paused it once to go to the bathroom. And yeah, I had to go back and see a couple things because it's like, whoa, that was interesting. What was it? And it was very interesting stuff. This movie kept me interested. I expected to hate this movie. I really did. But it proved me wrong. It was a decent movie. Anyway, folks, that's going to be my review. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did you like Underwater? Did you not? Did you see it yet? Sorry for the spoiler review. But I'll put spoilers in the title. But anyway, folks, let me know all your thoughts. This has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.